start.
Hey guys, this is the 8-2 work together. It's found on page 230 in your textbook. We're going to prepare a post-closing trial balance. We're going to use the general ledger accounts from the work together 8-1. So make sure that you have your Google Slides pulled up. It should look like this. So chapter 8 work together problems. You'll have 4 tabs on the bottom. You should have already completed this general journal. If not, you can pause this on the video and fill this in. Also filled in all the general ledger accounts. So when you look at your general ledger accounts, we're going to use the accounts that have balances. So basically, we're going to prepare a post-closing trial balance for the Fix It Now on April 30th of the current year. So again, our post-closing trial balance should only include account titles that have a balance in them. So we're going to have our assets, our liabilities, and then the capital account. And you're going to get this information from your general ledger. So on your general ledger tab down here at the bottom, you'll see you've got cash. It has a debit balance. And then the other assets also have debit balances. So petty cash, your accounts receivable. If you scroll down, you've got supplies with a balance of $75. Prepaid insurance has a balance of $250. This company only has one liability. So here's our accounts payable, which is Southside Supplies. Make sure you note that this one has a credit balance. So it's important to make sure that you put this on the right debit and credit side. With the other financial statements, we didn't have like debit and credit, like on the income statement and the balance sheet. That didn't matter. On this one, it does, because we're doing a trial balance. When we talk about balancing something in accounting, we're talking about the balance of debits and credits. Our capital account also has a balance, and its credit balance is $6,420. If you scroll down even farther, when you look at drawing, it should have no balance. That's a temporary account. Income summary, same deal. And we show that this has a 0 balance in here. Now, some of you guys, when I looked at your work on this, you had forgot to put like lines through it, or you're kind of inconsistent. Make sure you do that. Like for right here, I just typed a 0 in. You can see that'll create that little line. This one I did a formula, so I took I-79 here, and since it was a credit, I subtracted this debit, which was F80. So that gives me a 0 balance. Again, that would have been done in the 8-1 work together problem. Sales is also a temporary account. It's closed out. And then after sales, you have all your expense accounts, and they should also all be closed out. Okay, so I'm going to scroll all the way back to the top because you want to be able to start with your first account with a balance, which is cash. So on this problem, you're not going to work with the general journal tab or the worksheet tab. It's just going to be the general ledger and then the post-closing trial balance. To get started on the post-closing trial balance, you always have to put the company name first. The book tells us the company name is Fix It Now. Make sure you capitalize these. Next line is telling us what we're looking at. So this is a post, and you want to do post-closing trial balance. So the fact that it is a trial balance indicates that we will have debits and credits. And then you put the date. You don't put for month ended. This would be for a specific date. So it's April 30th, comma, I put 20XX. Now, one thing that's missing on this, let's see here. This right here should say, you guys can type this in, this should say account title. And then this should have debit. And this should have credit. So go ahead and type that in when you do this. You don't have to put any dates, anything like that. You're just going to put the account title and then whether it has a debit or credit balance. So account title will go here. Everything will be aligned to the left. And then you put the balance that account title has, and we'll get that information from the general ledger, and you'll want to make sure you put it in the correct column. It'll either be a debit or a credit. So first one is cash. Here's our cash account. It has a debit balance of $4,900. So I'm going to type right here, cash, make sure I'm in the debit column, and type in $4,900. Next is petty cash. It has a debit balance of $75. Next, I have accounts receivable for B. Wydell or Whittle. It has a debit balance of $1,387. You want to make sure you type out the complete account title, don't abbreviate. So this is accounts receivable. I have to scroll down now. Here I have supplies. It has a debit balance of 75. Next I have prepaid insurance, also an asset. It has a debit balance of 250. All right, moving forward, I have an accounts payable for Southside Supplies. I owe them $267. Make sure you note that this is a credit balance and needs to be on the credit side. So I'm going to go back to the post-closing trial balance here. Again, make sure you're on the credit side. There's 267. Scroll down a little further. And I've got Connor Whitney Capital. It has a credit balance of $64.20. Okay, after that I've got drawing, which has no balance. Income summary I know has no balance. These are our temporary accounts. Sales and all the expenses. So because these have been closed out, they don't appear on the closing or post-closing trial balance. So at this time, I'm going to want to fill this out. And I need to indicate that I'm going to add up my debit column and I'm going to add up the credit column. So to do that, it's a little bit different than what you have in Excel. So you still want to indicate that you're going to add these up. So you'll take your mouse and highlight across here. So I'm on C12 and D12. Okay, so we want to get that thick bottom border. On this main screen in Google Sheets, right here kind of towards the middle, it says borders. Okay, before you click any of these, you have to set up like the weight of the line. This is the border color. We don't want to mess with that. We want to keep it black. But if you drop down the border style, right now you can see that it's on this thin line style, and that's what all these lines are. So I'm just going to go to the next one down to make it a little bit thicker, and then I'm going to click bottom border. Okay, so if I click off that, you can see, okay, that made a thick border across these two. So that's indicating I'm going to total these up. Okay, so in the book it told us to write totals here. So I'm going to add these up. This is a lot like Excel. So I'm going to hit equal sign and I'm going to type sum. You can see what happens right now is it automatically populates this border. If I hit enter, it's accepting that, and you can see it's saying add up C6, which starts here, all the way down to C12. And that is completely fine. When we do the credits, I'm going to show you another way to do it. So I'm going to hit enter again. And it's 66.87. If you don't like that, what you can do is like when this one you want to add it up, you can hit equal sign sum. Go ahead and type the parentheses, and then it would allow you to drag your own. Okay, I'm still going to drag the whole length of the column just because I do. And then close that parentheses and hit enter. Okay, so we can see that our debits are a total of 66.87, and our credits are the same number. So we are good. So because they're equal to one another, we want to indicate that we've checked that in this post-closing trial balance, our debits and credits are equal. So moving forward, when we start the month of May in this case, because this is closing out, again, April, our assets that have the debits, cash, petty cash, accounts receivable, supplies, prepaid insurance, those debits are equal to the credits that are found in the one accounts payable account that what they have, and then also the Connor Whitney Capital. All of our other accounts, when you would start May 1st, so your sales, your drawing, income summary, and all your expenses, they would be at a zero balance because we, again, want to be able to show, okay, when I have a sale, how much is it costing me to generate that sale? Because I want to notice the trends in my business. You know, do I need to make decisions on preventing theft from employees if you have problems with that, or just being efficient in your work? You're always trying to optimize your profits. So These are ways for management to make decisions, to look at the numbers, just based on good data. So because these two are equal, we want to put that double bottom border. So again, I'm going to highlight across these two with my mouse. And I'm going to go back up to this border. I need to go down to this border style again. And at the very bottom, it has a style that has 2 lines. When I click it, it doesn't just automatically do that. I still have to hit this bottom border, and then it'll populate on there. So you can see that it has the 2 borders on here. I'll show you something else. Over here too, I was going to show you guys, you probably a lot of you guys know this already, but like when you add these up, Google Sheets does have like these functions, so you could just click sum and then put it on there too. Okay, so that is it for the 8-2 work together. This week, it is the week of April 6th through the 10th. I'm going to ask you that you watch this video, watch the video on the notes, read the section, and I want you to attempt to do the 8-2 on your own. In order to do that, you would need to do the 8-1 on your own. So if I haven't seen that from you, if you want me to check it, make sure that you get that done and you can share it with me. So if you have any questions, please email me or contact me on Google Classroom. I'm happy to help you with anything you need. Thank you. See ya.